And well, there. Welcome to TFYLP episode 132. I'm your host Brycey. With me is Plasticon,
How's it going,
Megamus,
guys?
Howdy.
Headmaster Don,
Hey
and
everybody.
this week we'll be talking about sales and Black Friday and general holiday madness.
But first, would you say possibly breaking news?
All right,
Would you call it that, breaking news, or potential breaking news?
potential. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Jason.
Jason.
Sorry
Probably froze
about
up. He froze
if I
up.
was yeah, I'm trying to
Alright.
post the link for our honored viewers on our Facebook. Anyway, breaking news that's come out. I was mucking around with Generations Metroplex. Now, you guys know I have two of them. I did a traded one off, but my son still had one. So I was just mucking around with it the other day. I discovered something. You guys out there complaining, you're like, oh, well, it's kind of crap or whatever. Well, I think Hasbro actually has a reason for this. If you look at the underarm of him, there's a slot. And if you look at the new Combiner Wars, the Combiner Wars have this flip-out tab thing. And it actually just kind of slides in versus, the whole push and pull out, which, a lot of people tend to break that anyway. I have a feeling it will actually slide right into this slot on the arm. Now, considering, a lot of you guys out there have been complaining because you're like, what the Sam hell are these for? And I believe this is all stuff for the Combiner Wars. Because there's a lot of things I've actually been discovering on this thing, just kind of mucking around with it. There's a lot of things that have been hidden on this thing, which I would not be surprised, considering Hasbro is doing Scramble City with those things. So
Right.
that's
And
a discovery that I came across when I was playing with them today.
And
So.
it's not unprecedented because they went back and sculpted grooves into Legend Megatron's hand that Masterpiece Starscream could hold him with. And the toys were about 2 to 3 years, maybe even 4 years apart. So when they designed Metroplex, if they knew that Combiner Wars was the next thing for sure they were going to pursue, them building in hidden features is it's definitely not unexpected.
Right, and the other thing I'm going to try to say, and this kind of reinforces the fact, is the size of Power Glide and the little bitty Viacon that's coming with the Motor Master. I don't know whether they're separate or whether they actually come with the Voyager size figure, but the smaller Cyber
He's Blackjack, I think.
Legend size.
Yeah.
Blackjack? Yeah, I guess it's Blackjack.
He's his own legend.
They are the same size as Scamper, from what we've gathered. And looking at this thing, he's got a split tail, which literally looks like there's a possibility. I'll put it up here where you guys can actually see it. That looks like there's some way that might actually be able to grip onto something when it's closed up like this. So I would not be surprised if this becomes a combiner piece in itself. Not really sure how, but the other thing I really found that was odd is why is there so much detail under his hood when you don't even see it at all? And that's another thing I just find kind of odd when they do some of the sculpting. I was wondering, what's your guys' thoughts on this? Do you guys think this is possibly going to be part of maybe the Combiner Wars bit?
Well, with D1 Metroplex having the option to use the head of the smaller, like say the aerial bots, you can connect all the aerial bots to Metroplex in those 4 square plugs. So that could be the exact same thing we're seeing here. A Scamper, I don't have Generations of Metroplex, but that could be an arm weapon. It could be a chest shield. There's no telling at this point if if what we're thinking is true.
I mean, because the thing is, when I was looking at this, I mean, even when you flip down the kneecaps on Metroplex himself, you just flip the kneecap portion. Yes, you know, some of them are a little wonky. And, you know, that's one reason why a lot of people's kind of deterred themselves away from this guy, but some people love him. If you look, you got this crazy kind of grid detail going on here, but you actually have 5mm ports running on these two red pieces that are hollow, but there's 4 of them, and I'm like, there's got to be a reason for this other than just molding.
Like, for example, like power glide in weapons mode, you'd be able to mount them in weapons mode.
I'm thinking, you know, it's either another way to incorporate the weapons mode, or maybe even possibly, because if any of you guys have seen the leaked pictures of the drag strip that's out, because somebody took some really nice high-definition pictures of it in ARM mode, all its alt modes, back, forward of the robot. There's a lot of bits dealing with that it literally looks like, you know, it's a pretty solid figure. And then when you look at the combiner portion, the combiner portion has a deal where its fingers flip inside, and it turns into a foot. But it also has ability to plug on its arm as a shield. So I'm thinking, you know, that might have some way it incorporates with this, especially as many 5mm ports that are on that thing. That thing is loaded with them. So there's a reason why, I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised if the reason why Hasbro released this generation's Metroplex is in order to bridge that gap from the Fall of Cybertron generation stuff to this, to throw in all the combining stuff. Because Hasbro, like we were just saying, Hasbro's not, you know, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. There's a lot of people out there who might say, oh, well, their product's not the greatest, but guess what? Their product's actually gotten better throughout, you know, in the past few years. So I could see them easily incorporating this Scramble City aspect into this guy, because I mean, none of us have seen what Silverbolt's able to do. I mean, Silverbolt might become like a tower or some kind of launching system or something like that when that thing's in city mode, because there is a lot of stuff missing if you think about it. So it's a possibility. I mean, a lot of this stuff might actually incorporate in that. What do you guys think about all that?
I think it'd be cool if Silverbolt turned into his ramp as like a hidden mode, just to add on to the base mode for something to do.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, you know, if anything, you know, become like a tower or something. Because, I mean, if they try to homage what they did in G1, in G1 he was just a launching platform for the jets or smaller vehicles. And the same thing with Motormaster, and, you know, we went over Onslaught as well and talked about all that, doing the Combiner Wars last time. This is just a skepticism thing, but I would not be surprised if we get those and those actually do combine with this guy. I would not be one bit surprised. But anyway, Brycey, I know you got some crazy news for us about, I guess, a buyer beware?
Oh, so working on a custom, so I picked up these high quality, I guess they call them, knockoff of Scorp. It's got to be one of the worst pieces of shit I've ever handled. And this one's even worse. Like, pegs are busted off. The plastic's that clear-ish looking stuff. Let's see if you can get the finish on the chrome's pretty bad. Just kind of flops around. And this is not supposed to come off. So I'm going to do a full in-depth review of just how bad this thing is, so everybody can tell the difference between the fake parts and the real ones too. But yeah, they're not the greatest. I'm glad we got official bodies to work with for this.
Now, real quick on the parts and everything, what's the easiest way to tell the difference between that and that knockoff?
Muddy and the cuts aren't clean. Like there's a lot of mold flash on them. They've got that shiny dollar store knockoff finish. Let's see if you can catch it.
Oh,
Plus-
I can see it.
Plus, weren't you saying something about real bad over and under spray on some of the paint applications?
Ooh, I just broke the shield.
And they break easy.
Yeah, the claws overspray. That one's underspray actually. The other one was pretty bad. They oversprayed. So it's not what you expect when people say high quality knockoff.
What a piece of crap.
Yeah, pretty much. The parts will look good in another color, but they're definitely not originals. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, myself being one of the guys that actually handle high quality KOs as well. I mean, I've handled some that literally almost feel like they're real fake, but this seems like it suffers from like almost a GPS syndrome.
No, not even. It's not that bad. Like it doesn't crumble, but it's just not. There's no attention to the quality on it.
Okay, so would you say it's more like early Mega Blocks quality plastic?
I'd say no. I don't know. How hard was that plastic?
It was. I would say it would take a
Like,
little bit of abuse, but if you did get it slightly rough with it, they would just snap.
the stickers are straight up copies of Forever labels. They've got the little black or Xeric chest sticker, but it's uncut. And, you know, they take awesome care. I'll be replacing those with real ones, Forever labels.
So I guess that's buyer beware for what is he goes
They're
for
not worth
about 230 or so.
Yeah, they're not worth that. About half that, if that.
Yeah, so
They
I
should
would
come down once more people get them.
right. So I would say to any buyers out there, I mean, this is kind of the holidays as well, and some of you guys are getting money for Christmas and such. I would hold off and just take that money if I was really after a Scorponok. Buy the real one. Just avoid this one because it doesn't seem like the qualities are.
It's not for 230, an extra 50, and you get an original in pretty much perfect shape. There's no point.
Right.
If it was like $100, still I wouldn't.
Well, not even really worth that as a placeholder.
I mean, honestly,
Still,
I
you're
could see
throwing
that
100.
being like maybe like a $70 KO, and probably be worth it for $70, but nowhere near what was it, 230 or so.
Heck, if I was going to spend $70 on a KO, I'd get that jumbo-sized Dark of the Moon Megatron.
There you go. The more you know.
Oh, one thing I wanted to bring up, my microphone wasn't working back when you were talking about the Metroplex. I brought this up in pre-show, is that we've all said in the past that they should be using this Metroplex mold again in some fashion to be getting the cost savings associated with creating the mold for it.
Metro Titan.
Metro Titan. But what I was thinking was if they have worked in this forwards compatibility or backwards compatibility, if you look at it from that standpoint, when the Combiner Wars comes out, they're creating demand for this Metroplex again for a whole different reason. So we might even see this Metroplex come back out again, and granted it may be recolored, but that could be part of what they're planning too, is they got the Metroplex out when the character was popular, when the IDW Dark Cybertron was going on, when the character had a lot of visibility. But Combined Wars wasn't ready yet. Now, when Combined Wars are out and in the wild, and then they start showing this backwards compatibility, we might actually get another reissue of this figure in some fashion.
Right, considering we talked last week, Dylan, with, the skepticism of possibly seeing a gift set Devastator coming out of Toys R Us, on top of recent news finding out that there's a Defensor in the works as well. So I wouldn't put it past Hasbro to try to do what they can with the current aircraft and vehicle modes they have, but maybe later on, like we were saying, talking about possibly doing monster bots as well. But this whole idea that, I was mucking around and finding all these secret things dealing with this Metroplex, it really looks like there's a possibility that we're going to have Scramble City combination and actually work into that Metroplex. So you viewers out there and listeners that have bought one of these, don't let go of this thing until you guys at least get some of these Operation Combination bots. Find out if it works. If it does, it's a plus. If not, then maybe get rid of it and buy Utopia when it comes out, because I know quite a few guys are really excited about it. I am too, but the price has kind of put me off a little bit. But in due time, we'll find out a little bit more about it. I just know that, if this third-party company does this Utopia and it does very well, possibility we might get a Metro Titan repaint of it, which would be sick. And everybody out there would be excited about that.
Their Scorponok looks beast.
And honestly, I could see them
Giant.
doing Scorponok, giving us a Black Star, maybe give us a double punch later on, which would be the balls.
You haven't seen their Scorp yet?
Yes, I have. It's beautiful.
Okay, I was just checking.
It is freaking ginormous. Doesn't even cut what the hell it is.
I'm not sure if I can have room for all those, but I'll try.
I mean, it's just a straight up gigantic cluster of a beast, and it's insane the way they designed that thing. I'm just hoping that the ratcheting joints and stuff will hold up, because I mean, everybody has a Generations Metroplex. There is a fix for those joints, but I'm hoping, because if they follow suit with what they're doing with Utopia, because Utopia's joints, and yes, I've watched, for you viewers and listeners out there, TJ Duckett put a new review out dealing with this, basically telling me about the posability and such. That thing has got some pretty strong ratchet joints. When he was messing around with the posability... Say again?
It has to for its size.
Oh, it does.
With flopping around.
Well, like I said, I myself, being at TFCon, I handled one and held one in hand and messed around with it. And that thing, it's rock solid when you pick it up. It's rock solid when you set it down. You don't have to worry about the joints buckling. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a lumbering mess that you're going to sit on your shelf and worry about it falling over and topple the rest of your figures. So, and honestly, the aircraft carrier mode is much larger than what people were, were skeptizing. They didn't think it was going to be smaller. No, it really does help sell that figure. It's a very large carrier mode, and it's a really solid look at that carrier mode too. It's something very, very unique, and I do like it. It's not a big mess like Generations Metroplexes, but it's pretty good.
All right, so did you guys spot any good Black Friday sales?
Black Friday sales. Let's see.
I know Captured Prey had one going on.
Not counting that one. I can't say I really was pursuing as much as others were. I do know for a fact that several people were trying to get what they could. Don, we know that you work. I know you work in retail yourself, and you're working. You do work at Walmart. At Walmart, like we said you did. How did the sales go, and how was all that? And was there anything in particular people probably were looking for?
I'll be honest, I was there for the setup, not for the actual sales to begin. Everyone was, of course, asking for the televisions and the tablets and things such as that. But you know, I'm guessing everybody was going for the standard things that everyone goes for, because you got video game systems going for that and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, all I got was a controller surprise from my wife for PS4.
It seems like a lot of people are after video games and stuff, but I was just trying to figure out what else there was going on. I mean, to be honest, I didn't see a lot of stuff. I know TF Source had their Black Friday stuff going. Currently, right now, I'm like scoping in to see what the hell they had.
Well, one thing I've noticed I did not get a notification on the Captured Prey Black Friday sale, so I hadn't gone there yet. But TF Source and BBTS had two big sales. I picked up a couple of things from BBTS because I had a pile of loot there, and I just added it to that.
What'd you pick up from
I
BBTS?
got
I looked. I didn't see anything.
I got the Salmore, the Unique Toy Psychill.
Oh.
That was $30 less. And for the money, I picked up the KFC Tempest, the Cyclonus figure, because I thought it would look really good with the Manai King that I've got. So I went ahead and picked that up as well. One thing I did see at out and about, Toys R Us today had a couple of Power Ranger things. I know a lot of our listeners collect different lines. They had the 3-pack of Megazords for Super Mega Force, originally $105 on for $50, which was a really good deal if you were collecting Power Rangers. And they've got an exclusive, which is the Super Mega Force Morpher with 20 keys, $35. So there was some good deals out there. I had been told there was a Target buy one get one half off on Transformers, but I couldn't find anything online or in store to back that up.
Well, currently right now,
that Masterpiece Prowl was on sale for the Black Friday sale too.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I was there when I was at Toys R Us on my lunch break. I didn't even see a tag for that. There's nothing in the Transformer section was marked as a sale.
I don't know. He said he got it on sale. I'm trying to find out how much.
How much was it?
I'm trying to find that out.
Oh.
Well, right now, I'm actually looking at tfsource.com. One of the big things that I know a lot of people have been really kind of raving about is that heavy metal Dia stack, the one that's in the Diaclone colors.
Yeah.
It's up there right now for $100, and it's normally $160.
Yeah, and it's weird because I think at BBTS it was actually cheaper than Citizen Stack.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. Citizen Stack is $120. It's normally $190. The little loyal subjects guys, the little super deformed, they're normally $13 a piece, and they've been dropped down to $10, which you're saving about $3 on those. That's not bad. They have the Night Morpher Stormer for you guys out there that missed out on those those Seekers. They're going for $50 a piece. They're normally $90. So I mean, they got some pretty good deals here, and we're on the lines of us talking about the Generations Metroplex before and afters, Six Sigma, the Japanese version with red arms and such, going for $70 versus the $83. So you're losing a little bit of money on that, but not bad. From what I read here at the very beginning for their thing, if you spent $150 or higher, you're getting like a $10 free gift card as well through TF Source. I don't know what else. I mean, Grant's obviously $120. That's still the same price, but I mean, I didn't see anything like majorly crazy.
Well,
Dude, I'm gonna make sure to see what Capture Prey has going on for stuff because
well, that's I was
sponsor.
yeah, I was getting ready to say I was there. I'm there right now looking while you were talking about that because I hadn't been to the capture prey sale yet, and probably two things that I see that are really good. They've got the one of them sold out. The one I wanted to get is sold out, of course. The boosted cassette for G2 Bruticus is sold out, but they have the other boosted cassette on. And a couple of months ago, when we did our Brave review, we talked about how there are some Brave toys out there that are affordable. They have Death Gary Gun, which is basically the Brave version of Sky Gary. $20.
Oh, good lord, yeah.
That is a
There you
heck
go.
of a toy for $20.
Yeah,
That's where I got mine.
That's definitely a toy that a lot of guys out there, if you ever wanted to get a Sky Gary or you couldn't afford a Sky Gary, but you've got that reissue, you have the reissue Star Convoy. This does plug in directly. I mean, it's got the same stuff that the original Sky Gary has, so you're really not missing much. Other than the launching mechanism on the
I tell you what, for $20, this right here is worth it. The
Yeah, I got
Micromaster
him
it comes with.
already.
Yeah, I mean that's what it comes with. So I mean, there's your
Now,
$20.
I'm trying to remember.
This it's free.
Do you get three? Do you get three Micromaster trailers with him, or is it just one?
There you go.
You get three Micromaster Transformer trailers, but they do not launch. There is a non-launching mechanism within those. That is the major difference between those.
But do they
But
still
for
connect?
$20, you can't go wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, even if
There you
you're
go.
not a zone fan or anything like that, that's a heck of a robot for $20. It really is.
And another thing, just to let you guys know, Capture Prey is carrying MP23 exhaust. For you guys out there that are, were a little bit upset about the simple fact that you probably could not get that Diaclone wheeljack. He has them on pre-order.
I think that's going to be up in the air for a lot of folks just until it all gets settled, because that's.
Yeah, there's.
Well, I mean, they were smart about it because they censored out the parts that has anything to do with the cigarette brand. And that's the smart way of handling it, because it literally will say when you read it, the paintwork may be different than the picture that's shown, which is the best way of getting around copyrights. To be honest, I mean, I completely agree with them. This thing should be released to everybody that wants one, considering a lot of guys out there that are Diaclone collectors, the only reason why they pick up these Masterpiece Transformers is because it's a masterpiece of a Diaclone figure that they enjoy. And I highly support this. I really want you guys to go out there and buy these. Buy them now. Get them. Because these are the things that are going to be the bread and butter here in about 10 years that people are going to be like, wow, completely kicked herself for missing out on such things. They do have some deluxes also going out for $10 a piece.
Yeah, some of that G-Axis, I'm kind of tempted on that G-Axis because that's the only one that I do not see on any kind of regular basis in stores.
Yeah, they got G-Axis, they got Nightbeat. Also, for you guys out there that have the Beast Hunters Prime figure, which is an awesome figure, he does have the weapon and head upgrades for him. Those are going for $30, normally $45. Yeah, the Chrome and regular are both going for the same price. So.
Yeah, and if you pick up Nightbeat, just to show off. Now this is part of a 2-pack that was at TFCon. I believe Master Shooter still has some available. This is Ball Gag that was part of the 2-pack with Hustler, and basically it's target for muzzle. So if you have the Starscream from the Armada Starscream Generations figure, and you have Nightbeat, you can get a 2-pack of Target Masters for $40 or so, and you've got basically Target Master Swindle and Target Master Muzzle, which make nice companion pieces. Or if you know a collector looking for a Christmas gift, that'd be a cool little add-on as well, because they'll fit anything with a 5mm peg.
Yeah, and going back onto the track of combiners last week. Normally at $56, they actually had the Boosticus upgrade kit for your Ball Cybertron Bruticus going for $40. Same thing for the transforming gun for your Generations Metroplex. Normally $40 going for $35, so you're saving about $5 there. My suggestion for you guys to do buy from Capture Prey is to buy several items. Don't just buy one. Buy like a bunch, so that way you'll save a lot of money. Because if my whole thing is when I go shopping, I try to see what I can get, what bang for your buck, pretty much. Like, how many items can I possibly buy to put in my cart for X amount of money, and feel like I've saved a lot of money, and that's normally the best bet. That's why sometimes when I bought, I got some stuff from BBTS, and sometimes when I bought all my deluxe figures, I bought them all at one time, so I got the box full of that run, and you do save yourself some money there because you're not having to run around everywhere looking for them. Sometimes you save about $5-10 that way. So it's just an idea for a lot of you guys out there that are bargain shoppers. Another person I know that likes to do bargain shopping and bargain selling is our good friend here, Megamus.
Oh, that was just so. That was as smooth as a baby's bottom. Just.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, he is.
I knew where he was going with it.
Yes, I mean, and so Megamus, tell us some stuff that you got going on.
I can tell you that my wonderful Black Friday was me sleeping until 11 o'clock. That was.
So did you have anybody contact you through Facebook? Because I know you were putting up tons of pictures dealing with parts.
Yeah. I've been dealing with that for a few days now. Gonna do reissues next. Got a whole bunch of boxed reissues, and those do well. And got in a big collection of G1 boxed items, and going through that as well. So big stuff. But it's just taking time. It takes time to get them up.
Do you have anything in particular that you might want to, put out there to say, hey, I've got this, for people to talk to you about?
How about a G1 boxed Scorpionox that's not a crappy floppy piece of crap? How about that? Or,
are we talking boxed or AFA boxed?
No, not AFA boxed, but boxed. Boxed Fort Max, boxed Megatron, boxed Prime, 100% complete, all inserts, everything. 6-shot, a whole bunch of different ones. So,
I thought you said great shot for a second.
What's that?
I thought you said great shot for a second.
Yeah. Wish. No. I'm keeping that. I still need a great shot. I don't have one.
I'm waiting for the ones from Mastermind. The
Let me see here. Oh, just because this one's handy. This wasn't one I was thinking about. We haven't put it out yet, but stuff like this. How about that?
Oh, wow.
Nice.
A boxed
Nice.
GPS item.
Look at that. Look at that. Straight down. Look at that.
Man,
Stuff like that.
That's probably the only way you're going to keep that inner robot from grumbling.
That one's not that bad. That one's I've transformed those many times, and surprisingly, the one that breaks the most is when they put the gun on the peg on top. So just don't do that. That seems to stress it the most.
Make the hole a little larger so that way you can actually fit it in there without straining it.
Oh, I do have it here. I do have it. So, there you go.
Mine broke in like 3 places within 5 minutes.
Wow. There's the 6-shot. Nice.
Now, is that the reissue, or is that
No, that's real. That's original.
Okay.
Original. Definitely original.
We're talking about, Black Friday and stuff, and if you're out shopping, I just thought of this when Brett held that up. If you're not a Transformer fan and you have someone in your life that is, one thing I'm just going to recommend off the top of my head as a good Christmas gift, Transformers Legacy. It's a book showcasing the history of the box art from Transformers. And it's I haven't got mine in front of me. I just thought it was a little on top of my head when Brett showed up that box. But if you look up Transformers Legacy at many fine retailers, it's going to be something that would be an excellent Christmas gift for the fan who collects Transformers. And if you don't know which ones they have and don't have, this way you're giving them everything that's been done up to a certain point.
Yeah, sadly, I do not have that book yet. I need that book.
Oh yes, it's just.
I'm trying to look for what's the cover of that one look like?
It's the Optimus. It's the back of the '84 box.
Okay, I see
Optimus,
it.
with the laser pistol.
Yeah.
But that way you get all this great box art from it may be figures that they don't have or can't get because of the rarity. But being able to give them that book with all the box art would definitely be something to consider. Or a blank check.
I'm trying to see.
Well, see, my thing was, I was just trying to figure out what this year would be considered a stocking stuffer that's Transformers, other than, you know, I don't think we have many Legends figures that's come out yet.
Probably Creos. You know, a lot of people, you know, even if they don't collect Lego or compatible building systems, the Creos are a lot of people's favorites just because they're cute.
That and Angry Birds Transformer little ones now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Those Angry Bird ones came out. I remember
If
that.
you can find them.
Plus, there's also those little nano transformers, the little hex bug. I think some of them are remote controlled.
Yeah.
That they can fight or something.
I just missed the bot shots because those were perfect for stocking stuffers.
I keep hoping they'll do like a Skylanders / Infinity theme for Transformers. But I'm not sure if that's...
Now, if they were to go in and do some game just like Skylanders, but that was Transformers, you bet your sweet ass I would be all over that, because that is just a cool-ass concept. I'm a big fan of that. I support that kind of stuff. Because I like the idea that you're able to take, I mean, and some of you guys don't know what we're talking about, like Skylanders. What the hell is that? It's a game that came out a few years ago for all the platforms for Xbox, PlayStation, and Wii. And basically what it has is these little figures. These figures have microchips in the base of the action figure, and what you can do is you just take the little figure and you can take it over to your friend's house, doesn't matter if he's got a PlayStation, whatever it is, and say you got a Wii at home and you've been playing it and you've leveled your character up. You take that character over there and you drop it into his portal, and it's like, oh, well, look, you've got your same character you've already saved, so it doesn't matter what platform you play it on. It's all the same game, which is actually pretty cool, and it's the first time that actual universal type of thing has actually come about, so it's like, you know, cross-compatible, and that's actually a really neat thing, especially when it comes to video games, because, I mean, most of us that collect Transformers and collect anything, some of us are big hardcore gamers on top of it, and it's most definitely probably one of the coolest things, and I really wish they would do something like that. Because I'm trying to remember, I know they got some Disney game or something like that right now that's taking that same kind of platform concept. But I'm thinking there's another company out there that's doing the same kind of thing. Am I right?
Well, I mean, you know, they've got
Disney's
Infinity.
doing one. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to
I think just
remember.
those two.
I think it is just those two right now. But I mean, it's something that's kind of new. Skylanders has been selling very well, and that's one of the big things that I've noticed in the marketing. I mean, it's been stupid how great those actually sell. And if you got like a transforming figure that has like a base that you click it on, I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want a freaking Transformer game that acts like Skylanders? I'd be all over that. That'd just be way too fun.
And something else to collect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's the whole point. More plastic.
So did you do any shopping, Don? Or you just hid away from the shoppers? Other than those?
Actually, I've spent I've spent a little too much money in the past week because I went ahead and bought Quantron and Utopia.
Youch.
So,
Dum dum dum. Third party.
Did you get that in yet?
Someone's wall.
no, the store I am getting them from, I asked him to hold Quantron until Utopia comes in and his shipment is en route. So he was nice enough to not bill me for both of them, just to get everything balanced out finance wise. So I'm just getting those in a few, hopefully within the next week or so. So, that was basically my Christmas gift from me to me.
You will thoroughly enjoy that one. It's very nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to both of them. And then I also bought some Code Lyoko figures that were very hard to find here in the U.S. And the Black Friday sale that I mentioned, the few things I got at BBTS. But again, having a pile of loot there in a Black Friday sale is never a good thing.
No.
That's very true. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why I kind of just stayed away from doing any of that major shopping like that, because the situation I'm in.
It's like, well, this is on
local.
sale, and it won't cost me that much on shipping, and it's not that bad.
Right, and relocating is not really going to be like the easiest thing for me, and buying more stuff and trying to haul more stuff from here to another state.
That's when you buy it and you put the shipping address as your new place.
And
That
you
way
don't
it'll
have
be
to
there
do
when you get there.
Yeah, but I've spent so much money fixing my car. My car is fixed. Wheeljack is finally back on the road again. Hooray! You have no idea how happy I was. I mean, it almost took me a month to get everything situated on that, and a lot of it was just waiting for parts and just stuff like that. And it's just one of those things. I'm happy because to me that's my Christmas gift for the year is my car working. But I'm pretty sure I'll end up with something else before the year's out. It normally happens.
So other than Don, the rest of us are like pretty mellow on Black Friday.
I mean, to be honest, it's like I said, I did a lot of like pre-shopping, I guess, throughout the year, and that's something that I even watched the news this morning, and that's very weird for me to watch the news. But they even stated on there most people do about 80% of their Christmas shopping before Black Friday. So it seems like Black Friday is kind of, I guess it's mainly those doorbuster guys that have to go in and get like the $50 DVD players or something like that, or
And just for the record, I'm not mellow. I'm exhausted. There's a slight difference.
I said other than you.
Oh,
Rest of us are mellow. Megan just slept in. Plascon didn't buy anything, and I went to work.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I think one thing is there are so many stores now and companies that are spreading the Black Friday. It's not just Black Friday anymore. It starts Thursday evening in some places. It goes through the weekend. Plus, also Monday is Cyber Monday, which is when you have all your big online sales, which is something that's been starting up over the last couple of years. So it's not quite that mad rush to get everything on Friday or that weekend.
Looking at the Black Friday deaths thing, there wasn't too many hurts this year.
So is there any Cyber Monday deals that have come out that some of our guys should know about?
I haven't even had a chance to look yet. Nothing has crossed my Twitter feed or my Facebook page. But again, they're probably keeping a lot of this stuff close to the vest because it's the same retailers that don't want people not buying in the store to buy at home on Monday. So they'll probably if it was me, I would announce it, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, that's when you start getting people interested.
Well, some of us should like maybe rush out to the Google and see who the heck's got what going on for Cyber Monday, and maybe give some of these guys a little bit of a heads up if they don't know. So I kind of get them a little more excited about possibly buying something crazy on Monday, if not for themselves or their family. I think we should all rush out there real quick and see what we can find, and that's what we're doing right now.
Everyone start typing at once to
I
make.
know, right? We're typing. Very quiet. Sorry about this, guys.
Oh,
So
nice.
what do you got over there, Megamus?
Just as hot off the press, just came in the mail. An unboxing if we want.
It's a box.
You're up.
It's a box.
It's a
So I was
very
gonna
decorated box.
Yeah, let's do an unboxing while he's
We'll only do an unboxing real quick to see what stupid stuff I buy.
Okay.
Unique and inventive.
No, it's stupid. I already know what it is.
Nice.
Jason will like it.
Well, if you know it, it's
course I will.
Well, God bless.
Well, is this something for all audiences to enjoy?
God, I hope so. Just remember, I'm opening it up on live TV. Or live YouTube.
Live.
Here we go. Alright, here we go. Very nice. Look at this. The box literally just fell apart. Here's the box.
One
I
piece of
really
tape was
hope
holding it all
nothing
together.
broke.
Now here's the thing. It did its job, though. It got it here. It's the newspaper. Isn't that nice? The Bears start anew. No,
Last
they didn't.
Tuesday edition.
They freaking lost, but that's beside the point.
You know,
All right.
that's one thing I
I think
used to
one of the
love.
most. Sorry, go ahead.
That's one thing I kind of like getting from individuals from overseas. Even if I can't read the newspaper, it's just fun seeing like some of the ads. Papers you would never see again.
Oh wow!
Jumping spaceship.
Jumping spaceship. That is a KO top.
What is better than a jumping spaceship?
2 jumping spaceships.
2 jumping spaceships.
Those are awesome.
But that's not why I bought it.
So is
That's
it
not
top
why I
spin
wanted it.
It's a top spin and twin twist, or both top spin?
I think they're both the same. But that was an extra. This is what I wanted. And man, I hope that piece is in there. That's what I wanted.
Oh yes, yes.
A shrapnel?
Yep.
Is he brown? I'm just. It's
Yes.
very hard to tell. It's brown. Yeah.
Yep. His chest piece fell off, but it should be yellow.
Now is
Yeah,
that
it's gonna be a
is that
yellow chest piece, brown, tan, and red.
now is that the original one that the pre-Transformers version?
Yeah. No, it's a Taiwan version.
Oh, it's okay.
I was
Of,
about to say, isn't that the KO of the actual Diaclone one?
yes, there it is. I'm a little bummed the chest is broken.
Oh,
But the chest
it
is not
still stays on.
translucent either, though. That's the other
No,
thing.
it's yellow. It's the same as the back piece. But and then let me see what the gun looks like.
Did it come with the driver?
No,
Okay.
but it's
'Cause I know they
gun
had
looks
some-
similar. Only you can feel it. It's really thin plastic, and it's molded in red, chromed.
so
But it
so,
does come with a really nice
All right, go ahead.
instruction sheet. Pretty
Ooh,
nice.
nice sticker
So
sheet.
the e-hobby recolors of the Insecticons in the red and blacks was not a direct Diaclone recolor.
Yeah, it was.
It
It
was.
depends on
Oh,
which
it
one.
was. That was, yes. But the thing is,
Yeah.
Diaclone actually had 2 different colors of those guys that came out.
Let me see here.
That's one of the
one-
sets that was always sort of on my radar, but it was so low on my list it just wasn't a must get.
Yeah, we're gonna eventually. because we're trying to gather more information, and we do want to try to get somebody else. And this is kind of a shout out to our fans. We are trying to work on getting more information for Diaclone, so we can actually have a straight up Diaclone episode. But we don't want to get any of our facts crossed, because Diaclone's one of those ones that's very difficult to dive into, because there's so many different crazy variants of things that came out and stuff that did not come out that got prototyped. So it's a very fine line we're trying to walk on there. But that's for a different.
What about Hydra? If we can get them on.
Who?
Hydra.
But anyway, this is the reason I wanted the box, in case you're wondering. Look at that artwork.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Nice.
That's really pretty.
Straight up Diaclone artwork. Very nice.
You don't get that goodness anymore.
And I get wonderful jump starters. Yay!
Well, see, that's why I brought up a few weeks ago these mech ideas. They're jump starters. And I'm just mentioning this again. I know, but if you've got a Transformer fan and you see these mech ideas, Apex and Gemini, these are some great figures, and they're basically homages to the jump starters.
But you're not a floating brick that flips open.
They don't have
Pretty
quite
close.
that much charm in that regard.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Real quick, tell me what this is. See if you can see the face. The other way.
that looks like Optimus Prime.
Looks a lot like Optimus Prime.
I do like
Optimus
the
Prime
horns.
jump starter.
I do like the horns on the head. Very interesting.
All right, here we go.
Is the other one identical, or is some difference?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's chinsies.
Was it not
No, there's no
pullback gimmick?
No, there's no gimmick.
How about
So how can it be a flying, jumping robot?
Because you flip it yourself, I guess.
That's false advertising,
awesome.
and you should demand.
Well, let me see if the other one's like that. Maybe they just forgot to put it in there. Gotta look at quality control.
With some of the KOs we've seen, I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm telling you.
They just forget to put the friction motor in there.
Nope.
Well, I guess one place we can, since we're on the whole boat of Goffs, have any of you guys bought from SirToys.com?
Heard about it for years.
I bought off him, but not as Sir Toys.
Okay.
There we go.
Just through him.
Because I myself, I've bought several off of there before. That's where I got my knockoff Dino King, or not Dino King, but Dinobot Combiner. I bought that's very blocky in G1. I did a review of those, well, not a review, but we did a kind of an overview on a earlier cast. I'll get around to actually do a review of those soon. But I purchased those, and I also got 2 different versions of a Fall of Cybertron Bruticus off of that site. And he does a pretty good job of the way he packages stuff, considering it does get shipped from overseas. They're not bad. They're actually pretty good prices at SirToys.com. I'm going to put a link on our Facebook page here real quick for our viewers, and then for our listeners later on, they can go to
It's
it.
just really weak, Brett.
No, it.
But if you guys
you
are in the bargain bin kind of thing, they actually carry quite a few interesting knockoffs. They do have some high quality KOs on there as well, including the unfortunate Scorponok that we just got done talking about.
In colors
Using
that
the-
will make you either be, if you're a G2 fan, it's all the colors of the rainbow. If you don't like G2, you will go blind.
Exactly. I mean, if you're into Generation 2 stuff, or if you're into possibly buying these for combiner, I'd say customization, or if you just don't have the money to buy the official toy, but you want to at least have one similar to it, this isn't a bad site. They do happen to have two different versions of Build Tiger on here. One's a lot smaller than the other one. Actually, I think one of these is the same size as the Build Tiger I happen to have. This looks a lot like the Build Tiger team that I have, which is undersized. And actually, I do have size comparison photos that they have, where they usually have a Generations figure there. Normally, they're using Jazz for size comparison. So there's quite a few things they actually carry on this site. Buyer beware. I mean, this stuff is KO quality, so some of them aren't going to be the best. I do know for a fact, though, Ben's Collectibles gets a lot. I'm talking a lot of stuff off of Sir Toys, and he does a lot of reviews of almost everything he gets. He even does unboxing reviews, or not reviews, but just an unboxing to show you how they are shipped. There's a lot of times you get some really weird stuff on there. And if there are any knockoffs you are requesting, this guy can actually put in for some of those. If there's ones that you're trying to get a hold of that are very obscure. And some of the stuff, I mean, Megamis is on the same boat I'm on with this stuff. Is some of the stuff you can only find over in China. And it's very difficult to even see it come up on eBay.
Well, where else are you going to find a rice cooker that turns into a robot?
Right. I mean, it's stuff like that, and there's actually, I mean, they do have some oversized Generation 2 stuff on there. They have an oversized Superion that I know that Ben did a review of, the same with the oversized Bruticus. And those two by themselves are very difficult to find, and this guy somehow, through the grapevines, have been getting hold of these and sending them over to the guys in the States. And if you are after anything really weird and obscure like that, I really do suggest checking out sirtoys.com, because I mean they're really good when it comes to actually packaging. And from what I gathered, if you actually probably contact him directly, he will end up sending you like a bulk buy, where you say you want this, 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 and this. Probably knock off some money on your shipping and such. And most of the time when he ships them, they're not in package. They are pulled out of package, but 90% of the time they're in a Ziploc bag or something, so when nothing gets lost. And he does a pretty good job about actually packaging them, considering China is pretty rough on sending anything at all through the post. If any of you guys have ever received anything from China, most of the time it looks like somebody played football with the box. So, but I mean that's a good decent site to go to. It's a good alternative compared to eBay.
Oh, plus just if you want to look around, there's things you'll see there that you will never see anywhere else. You might even see a Beast Machines Silverbolt that looks good.
Right. I mean they do have quite a few on there that are very difficult to find, like through the grapevine, dealing with like eBay and stuff like that.
Plus, one thing. Well, I want to bring this up real quick. All these places that we're talking about that have the Black Friday sales and the special offers and stuff. Don't forget to consider, if you're placing an order and you're saving $20 or $30. If they've got a small toy that you can donate to Toys for Tots or the Salvation Army or even local Goodwill, if they've got something you can toss in there for a few bucks and get it shipped with it, please consider doing that as well for the kids this season who don't have as much.
Right, that's very, very true. Like this time of the year, you guys do have to keep in mind there are a lot of kids out there that cannot afford some of the toys we tend to buy. I do know a lot of guys out there, they tend to buy a lot of stuff and they donate. Myself, I've been known to donate toys to kids and send out stuff for Transform Away, which if any of you guys have never done Transform Away, I highly suggest you look it up and do it. There is a Facebook page you will have to end up asking to be part of, but don't get on there saying, oh, can somebody send me a Fort Max? That's not what Transform Away is about. It's about, look, I've got a robot I don't care about anymore. Who wants it? Put it out there. Somebody's going to say, hey, I want this. Because this is something I do want to kind of plug, and it was something we did during TFCon, but I do want to replug this. I actually had the guy that I sent my RID landfill to. He came up to me and shook my hand, and he thanked me very much, and so did his son. That meant more to me than the damn toy and shipping something off, because I actually got to see the smile on the face of the kid and everything. And that does impact a lot of people out there. This time of the year might be a sad time for some people. Let's keep all the good stuff going. Send these guys some extra plastic in the mail if they're wanting something that you don't want. Or, you know, be nice about what you get. If you buy a knockoff masterpiece for somebody, tell them, hey, I just bought you a knockoff masterpiece because I knew you wanted this or something. You know, there are ways around this stuff. Now, I did plug on the Facebook page, tfdirect.com. TransformersDirect.com has been getting hold of a lot of the masterpiece KOs. And for you guys out there that can't really afford, you know, the big thing, I mean, this is crazy. The guy right now, he's got a pick 3 from all Lambors for $112. 3 masterpiece for $112. Where are you going to get that? You're just not. And this is just some of the ideas. There is a KO masterpiece of Wheeljack coming out for $40, which is something I've been waiting on, because I like masterpieces, but hey, $40, you can't go wrong. You just can't.
The real one was $40 from Anime Export. Why wait?
Yeah, and also the fact right now is with the yen to dollar ratio, well, it depends on how you want to look at it. But right now, living in the U.S. is very good for us buying from Japan. I'm using this as an example. I'm getting from an overseas store, getting the Bumblebee masterpiece for $55 shipped with the rate that we've got going on right now. So if you know about all these stores overseas, Hobbylink Japan, Ami, Hobby Search 1999, all these places that are based in Japan. If there's something you're looking for with the dollar to yen rate right now, you know, there's that's an option as well. You know, with the rate as it is, you can get it cheaper from overseas than you could at some places in here in the States, other than Captured Prey. You know, because they're always the best price here in the States.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing you have to look at is shipping as well, because sometimes shipping might be what gets you. From what I hear, TF Direct is stateside, so you should be okay getting stuff from them. They are not that bad. I do know a guy out there does Rocket Punch Army, aka Chachi Power. I'm going to plug him because he's a very good reviewer. He gets a hold of a lot of like Shogun Warrior and like crazy kind of Diaclone stuff and things that normally we never see here in the States. The guy does a lot of die-cast figures
over Collection DX.
Right, he's over on Collection DX. He's one of their big hitters when it comes to doing reviews, and this guy's done review comparisons of all the masterpieces that's come out, and he does a lot of the no BS kind of reviews. He says, hey, this is good, this is bad. He was the one that basically, you know, went through and tried to show you guys fixes for your Chronos, if any of you guys have bought one of those and had any issues. He does have a lot of fixes for that. But the one big thing I wanted to give you guys out there, because I know a lot of you guys have been, you know, thought about buying the Sound Blaster that came out with the Rat Bat. These guys on TF Direct have a Rat Bat that's a KO for $20. He just did a review of this just recently too, Chachi Power did. And he said he was hard-pressed to even tell there was a difference between the two. You can't even tell the difference. The hue and the plastic's identical. The paint apps are identical. The transformation, there's no problems whatsoever. They're literally, virtually the same toy. So if you guys out there are not wanting a Sound Blaster, or you guys are stuck buying, you know, a $150 Sound Blaster just for this Rat Bat, and then you're stuck trying to sell that Sound Blaster, Why not save yourself the pain, buy the KO Rat Bat, and be happy about it? Because I know some of you guys were a little ticked off about this, and I get it. I completely understand. But there you go. This is an alternative.
We brought this up on RFC this week, as a matter of fact, how Takara kind of shot themselves in the foot on that reissue because, they could have gave us the Rat Bat. They could have recolored the Frenzy and Rumble mold as Enemy. They could have recolored the Ravage as, you could call her Glit, the Decepticon Surgeon. We could have got Laserbeak as Sundor. So, I mean, they could have made another set with those alternate colors with Sound Blaster, and they just give you one cassette for that much money. It just seems like that was just... And if we're going to come out with the sets in pairs, they would have done it by now to go with the Sound Blaster. So it was a very odd choice of them not to do that, knowing the way Takara likes to have all this stuff grouped together as companion purchases.
That's very true, and I'm with Don on this. We don't understand their thought process on what they wanted to do here, but like I was saying, trying to give you guys alternatives that are out there. TF Direct handles a lot of your masterpieces that are knockoffs. Sir Toys is pretty much just any kind of KO type of thing. I mean, if you want to knock off washing machine that turns into a robot, they have it there. It's some weird stuff, but it's some cool stuff. And if you guys are really into that stuff, I mean, go for it. But the thing is like we're trying to do, we're trying to give you guys bargain options that are out there, because some of you guys might only get maybe $100 for Christmas, if you guys are a little younger here or listening. And that's the thing. Get $100 for Christmas.
Or married.
You have to direct and buy a couple, or buy a couple masterpieces and be happy and have 2 masterpieces you get to play with on Christmas Day. These come in the masterpiece boxes too, guys. They're not come in like garbage boxes or something. They're really well kept boxes. And like I said, head over there to Chachi Power, aka Rocket Punch Army, and check out some of his reviews. He will literally tell you exactly what's going on with those.
I will tell you this: Chachi Power is like, for me, it's like watching Vangelist. I love those. I think they're funny. I think they're well done. But watching Vangelist, you fall down a rabbit hole of things. Same thing with Chachi Power, because it's so beautiful. It shows all that it can do. Because it's like when I started watching Sentai Kamen Rider, I just wanted one Kamen Rider was Decayed, and then I watched a review for a figure, and then another figure, and then another figure, and then I watched a Chachi Power review for Dioja from Solid Shigoken. On a series I don't even know anything about, I bought the robot. So be very careful, because these things are beautiful when they review them.
Yes, I mean they really are. The thing is, when it comes to Chachi Power, when he does his reviews, he's very harsh about some stuff, because there's guys out there that, like him, he's buying Soul of Shigoken. These robots, on average, the cheapest is about $250. Some of these are very high-end collectible items you get. So yeah, you pay $250, you better hope there's no blotchy paint or fingerprints in the paint or anything.
Pretty much.
There's tons of that happens.
Yeah. For those people who don't know, basically Shigoken in Japanese means metal to a degree. So just imagine a collector's line where every figure is at least our generation's Metroplex. Every figure is their Metroplex. That is an expensive line to collect, but you get some pretty good stuff. It's in January they're coming out, for those of you who are fans, Gal Gaigar. We're getting the Soul Shigoken Gal Gaigar in January or February, and that's $235 right there. And that's cheap for one of their figures.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of figures that's come out. I'm trying to remember what company that was that actually did the They did a really, really high-quality version of Voltron just recently, the Lionbot one. And I'm not talking about Matty Collector. This squash is Matty Collector. Very well built.
I think I can look that up, but that is New World Events Enterprises, World Events Productions, has blocked that lion from being sold in the United States.
Well, that sucks.
World of Productions, the copyright to Voltron, has blocked from being sold in the United States. Now, I'm just when I the Miracle Masterworks Voltron, vehicle Voltron, that was licensed from World Events because they own the right to vehicle Voltron as well for sale in the Pacific Rim countries, Singapore, Hong Kong, China, all through there, not for sale in the United States. That's why Big Bang had to take down the listing for it, which is odd because World Events own it. They're not making a robot through some other company. Why wouldn't they sold in the U.S.? So we can figure that out. But it's the same thing here. It's possible it will be sellable in other regions, but it's not in the U.S. through U.S.-based retailers, which is kind of a shame because everything I've heard about that is an excellent figure.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, and I know this is kind of straying away completely from the whole Transformer aspect, but these are robots we are talking about. A lot of you guys out there do dabble into other stuff, like we were talking about Sentai earlier and such. And the big thing is, during this holiday season, do what we can about what we're trying to do, but don't jump on just the cheapest thing that comes out. Do a little bit of research before you do purchase this item, or even if you are interested in a certain item and you're trying to get your parents to buy it, or your girlfriend or your brother or sister or whoever, show them some reviews of what it is. Show them what it is that you're wanting to get. So that way when they do go to purchase that item, you're not upset on Christmas morning and you unpack something that is nothing like what you wanted. Now, if I'm not mistaken, does BBTS still have Fortress Maximuses for sale?
Yes. The last time I looked, they were under the Black Friday sale for $239. I think.
I'm going to go double check that right now.
But
because that's a big hit item. I know a lot of people did not jump on the second it came out. They have been dwindling in numbers of how many they have, but we do know for a fact, we do plug our sponsor, Capture Prey, but he's out of Fort Max's. So we're going to try to see what, because some of you guys out there are still interested in those, and I do not blame you one bit because it is a wonderful toy. Yes, he is going for $239.99 currently right now on BBTS. He was originally $350. So they have quite starkly knocked his price down.
With the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals and all Christmas things tying in on this, and I think we brought this up before, but you can still you're shopping. If you see these parents and these grandparents struggle with if you can help somebody, give them a hand, because we know this stuff better than probably anyone else in the store, other than the people that work there, and even more better. Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit there, Don.
No, I used in a.
Yeah.
All right, well, what Don's trying to say for you guys out there, I know you have issues trying to hear what he's saying. Basically, what he's saying is, if you guys go in the toy aisle and you see Grandma looking at Ninja Turtles or whatever it is, and she doesn't know exactly what she's looking at, lend a hand, help these people out, because these guys are the ones that are basically buying the item, so that way we continue to get these items on the shelf.
And on top
You
of
know
that,
what? Everybody
that
here
could-
has. Well, the thing is, this is kind of the thing throughout all the years. Everybody here knows what happens when a toy no longer sells. That line is completely killed off nowadays, and they move on to something else. It's very, very quickly, too.
we call that
So-
Thundercats.
Yes, we call that Thundercats. Everybody here that was a fan of Thundercats, including myself, was very gutted to see the show go away on top of the toy line just completely plummet. Now, it's mainly because it was a very underrated thing, but another reason is parents don't know what they're looking at.
Yeah.
They don't. Some of them don't. Some of them barely know what the hell Skylanders is, and they go and they, oh look, it says Skylanders. They grab one off the shelf, throw it in their cart, and they get home. Their parent, and then their kid doesn't have Skylander Giants the game, but he's got a figure that he cannot use with it. These are the things we're trying to omit and keep from happening.
Not trying to make it an overly serious thing, but you could be the difference between a kid getting a toy that he hates or can't use or doesn't like, and a really awesome Christmas gift. And I'm not trying to put a big, heavy, serious thing on that, but I'm just saying if you can't help, that's what the final result might be.
That's very true, because if you have a kid that goes in and mom goes and buys a one-step changing robot and puts it under the tree, and the kid thinks he's getting like a larger boxed say Grimlock or something like that, because he wants say he likes the movie line. Not knocking on the movie line here. Anything. All I'm saying is say that's what he wanted, and he goes and unboxes it. It's a one-step Bumblebee. He's gonna look at his parents and be like, "What do you think? I'm an idiot?" Or he'll be very upset and done with that line from that point on, because sometimes that's the Achilles heel. I don't know how many of you guys were getting, Nintendo games when you were a kid, but how many of you were gutted when you got hold of a certain Nintendo game and it was so damn difficult you did not want to ever play it again, and it kind of turned you off from playing the system for a while?
I've got a better example. When I was growing up, I was given E.T. for a Christmas gift.
I am so sorry, I apologize, but
I actually was given E.T. I don't remember who gave it to me, but I remember unwrapping it. And at the time, I was stoked because I had an Atari 2600. I remember running downstairs. I yanked Combat out. I put it in, and then I was sad.
yes, it crushed his dreams and everything else. Now, I am going to plug this, and this is something that I know a lot of you guys probably are not even aware of. Angry Video Game Nerd on YouTube. He's also got a Vimeo channel. He now has his movie out, so you can actually stream it or download it. The download is $10 to own it, and to stream it, I believe it was I want to say $5. The movie is well worth watching. He's a very talented individual. He has gone above and beyond on this movie, and this is basically an entire movie joking around the existence of the E.T. game and how bad it was and all this. If you're into Nintendo, if you're into video games, I suggest it. It's a great movie. It is so freaking funny. But it's something I really want to plug for you guys out there. I just got done watching it myself last night, and I was on the fucking floor laughing. It was just too funny. So, but
playing the game, however, is not funny.
No, it's not. And it's one of those things. Like I said, if you're into video games, do that. But this is also another thing. That could be almost a Christmas gift to somebody, because you can gift it to somebody. So there you go. There's an easy gift for you guys out there. Just a little simple thing of, here, watch a movie, because sometimes that's all it takes.
All right. Anybody have anything else on Black Friday sales or random unboxings they want to do?
I would just say if you go out this weekend, be nice to the folks working in the stores. They're going to be as stressed out as you are trying to get the stuff to the shelf. And just remember, there's a lot more of y'all than there are of them. So just be nice. It won't hurt anything.
I would kind of say the same thing for the shipping agencies, anybody that uses, FedEx or UPS or any of that stuff. You got to think that's the same thing with them. They're trying to get the gifts and stuff to everybody throughout the year. So kind of be thankful and nice to them. I mean, I know sometimes they're not the nicest people, but they're under a lot of stress and such, having to run around dropping off stuff. I mean, even your postman that drops off, your bills. I mean, he's going to be dropping off presents for you too. So I would be nice to these guys because normally you see these guys almost on a day-to-day basis.
All right. If that's all we got, we should wrap her up.
Well, I'll say I hope everyone has a safe weekend, safe shopping weekend, and that everyone finds what they're looking for.
Megamus, got anything?
Nope.
All right. On the behalf of everybody here at TFYLP, have a good week and a safe and happy holiday weekend.
Everyone take care.
Bye-bye.
Peace out, you guys. You guys have a good night.